Who wants to keep running? The side will put him down, but it only takes the Aegis the Immortal. VP.
Naku, lakad mo to,
Normally, cooldown's done. Batrod is not short cooldown, but I feel like it. Razor. But they're gonna do what looks to be the Razor or Quap offline.
They want to win the lane. Like, mid one's probably going to struggle.
Arfu has shown up with mid one and Rodging. They do land the Starbreaker onto Whitemon, but Arfu, he's dropping very low now, and First Blood will already go the way of Zephyr, as they might find Whitemon, but it is going to be a much better trade here for T1, as they do walk away with the bonus gold. Got Whitemon, he'll try to Fairy Fire up and run out with the kinetic field, but Raging, he's on the chase. He'll keep going for this, but the salve is out. Raging, he may have gone too far, and he has. Oh, Whitemon, the Ignition God, strikes once again. Let's get the stun out. Raging is completely committed to trying to make sure he does secure this kill, and in the end, they might just find it. Great persistence out from SMG.
SMG, it's still an even game. Again, you're trading off your cores here in the safe lane. It's 5-5. Both offlaners having a splendid time. Although T1 are still going here, just applying pressure onto Raji, but mid-one's back to do some damage as well.
Yeah, but Zephyr's already got Roger here, I think. Cuckoo will jump in with the Scream out, and Roger is going to drop. Zephyr now 4-0-0 on this tree, and you heard him earlier on, Savage. He's going to get chased down here by Raging, but not going to lead to much as top lane. Be passive as well right now, but Zephyr is setting up onto Roger again. Just look at the amount of damage with the Sonic Wave out. Roger just completely disappears, as mid one cannot do anything to help. Has snuck up, chains her out, perhaps they can do something, but Cuckoo, who'll make a run now with the blink out, but Moon does have the haste rune up, so eventually Cuckoo will drop. Nice rotation out from Moon, and an immediate remnant back towards the mid lane.
No, he's under fire, they've got the spell to protect, so eventually the Juicer can get to work.
Right now, Raging needs some saving, and they are going to try, but this Solar Guardian not going to help Arfu too much, the tips do come out. Arfu, he is going to be able to run for a little bit, but the glimpse eventually is going to be back from Whitemon, and Arfu, he tried to help. But Raging fine for now, but Zephyr, he's going to have a look through this tree line, and eventually is going to spot him out. Raging, how well can you juke out? They'll drop down the sentry, give the vision over, and eventually they will catch up the Weaver, but now the rotations, they'll come in. SMG, they'll try to fight this one out, but it may have been wishful thinking, as they'll lose two straight off the bat, and Moon, well, he'll be the third.
Right of SMG.
Oh, top lane, Moon. Playing with fire. Yules is out. Static Storm dropped. He's got no way out of this one, surely. Roger's there behind him. They've got the shallow grave if they need it. He's still surviving, though, and will make it out. The Ag Solar Guardian from Arfu just making it too hard to burst down Moon. And Arfu, he'll drop for the greater cause. Objectives out of this. Mid lane, Carl. He's going to get caught now. This is not what you want to see as T1, but Carl, he's a tanky target. He'll try to make a run, but eventually they will take him down. Still Savage, he'll get to work like a Giga Chat, just fighting against three heroes, but eventually we'll just have to let them go. This mid one did have the Stone Gaze going. You've got to be very wary of the Petrify. Even as the Morphling is now Raging. No, he's not going to get caught. He's just fine, but now Whitemon does get the dust off, has the glimpse back if he needs it. He'll drop the kinetic field. Raging has no way out now. Eventually will end up going down, and Whitemon, he'll be the one to survive. Their way into that triangle, into mid one if they can. Great place from T1 so far as mid one. He's going to be spotted. The jump is there. Silence out. Static Storm not going to hold him in though, but the glimpse back is out onto mid one now with the static link mid one. He needs some help right here, right now. Solar Guardian, it'll come in and buy more time as he survives, but he's completely out of mana. Shallow Grave now out though. He is still alive. Can they take him out? A big Sonic Wave from Cuckoo as mid one. He is still trying, but eventually does end up dropping as now they'll turn their attention onto Raging Potato, but he'll make it out. But you saw that the strength of the survivability of this draft from SMG.
These softer heroes immediately melting or just being kited around, and I think SMG is going to have to find a way to fix that up, but it doesn't feel like they've got any easy items to pick to fix this.
Shotgun out onto mid one, but Remnant's forward. Moon, he wants to go for the fight. Right onto Whitemon with the BKB out. He needs to remove that static storm, but he's been rooted up again. Zephyr found him, but the shallow grave will keep him alive. But now the static storm dropped. They control Moon. He will end up dropping his Cuckoo. He'll jump right into the backside, right after mid one on that Deucer. But can they find him? BKB out, Carl. He'll go for the chase. Meanwhile, towards the south, they are dealing with Raging as Roger now. He will go down on that Dazzle. They'll leave mid one Bs. They'll try to go back in onto Arfu and just deal with that Dawnbreaker, and they may just as Arfu. He's been slowed up and is going to drop as mid one. He thought he was safe on the high ground, but that is not going to be the case. Not against Master Cuckoo, who blinks right in but blinks right back out. He's just not confident when Roger does buy back on that Dazzle. So they'll go back after that tier 2 mid tower. High ground as they sneak over. Nice ward out from Whitemon. That'll give the vision onto the Medusa, but instead they might go for after another, or maybe not. Mid one, he's targeted. He's just been completely just taken out as T1 delete him. SMG had no idea what was going on. They just did not react fast enough. They're still trying to fight as the buyback is there from mid one. They've lost Arfu and Roger though. Can they really take this fight? They're still going to try. Just chase down Carl on that Razor, but he'll be fine for now. And now the overgrowth out. Cuckoo with the Sonic Wave does take out Moon, and they even found Raging. In fact, mid one, he'll be the 5th to drop. They call it. They have seen enough. And T1 make quick work of SMG in this game, number one. I'll tell you what,
man.
John, they...
If I'm them, like, I think Beastmaster can a little bit.
Because the Mystics Enigma deals with boards.
Yeah, but I don't think it's bad.
Oh,
That's interesting.
That's a very like that a lot.
Everyone's been picking
That's
this
cool.
recently in pubs, but I don't think I've seen it like a load of times.
Yeah, Core Spirit
Oh,
Breaker
wait.
too.
So
Safe lane Smite, both pause once, just really just want to build up and hit their item
Zephyr.
spikes.
He tethered back to Cuckoo to try and help out, but that may cost him his life, and it does. Roger just so persistent on that Abaddon, and of course mid one.
As well.
They're going to try. Carl, he'll be chased down here with Moon just Spirit Siphoning up. They do get the Swarm out. They might dive tier 1 towers for this as Carl. He's a very valuable target. In fact, Roger's even shown up now on that Abaddon, and they will get him.
Farm too much if you want to play aggressive. They've got the DP to kind of build their foundation on. For T1, they need items, they need levels. And
On
Cuckoo,
charge. Cuckoo's been caught out. Heals are there from Zephyr, but it's not going to be that much of a heal as Arfu. He should be able to go for a dive through the tree line, but no, they've lost him. They'll just go after that T1 bottom tower instead. That's what they really want. They want those objectives, and they want Zephyr on that IO, and that's exactly what they'll get. SMG, Cuckoo cannot defend the T1 on this Nightstalker. In fact, Nether Strike now, out from Raging and Cuckoo. He gets a little bit too close, and SMG will take him out. But SMG, you can just feel their blood boiling as they just want to keep chasing for more. Savage, he'll start a team fight now onto Arfu. The Light Strike Array will land as the Aphotic Shield is not going to be enough to save.
he's farming course, and now it's Savage. Chase down,
chase
nice charge on
down.
top as well.
Mana's low as well, Raging, he'll be there with the Nether Strike, but he'll hold out for now as now he does commit. Nightmare is there from Whitemon, Savage still dropping Zephyr, he'll try to help keep alive as the Fiend's Grip is going to be out. They'll try to turn now, Raging, he's going to go down first. In fact, Moon, he may have gone too far on that DP, he's very low on HP himself as Cuckoo now. He'll rejoin the fight to boot with the side of T1, they'll just dive right in, Light Strike Array out, it does catch the Abaddon, Moon's gone, and Roger, he'll be the third target. Just SMG into the mid lane they go. 23 Savage is going to be spotted as Moon is invis right now. The charge is going to come in. They want to focus down the Medusa, but Cuckoo, he'll pop the ulti, and now the Santa's out. They may lose Moon straight off the bat. He'll try to use up. It's not going to be enough though, and the Stone Gaze, it's going to petrify everybody as they catch Arfu, but he does get the Aphotic Shield time lapse, but it's not going to be enough. Carl finds him, mid invis, and now they've got mid one in the Nightmare. They'll take everybody else out. Mid one's the last one left. He'll try to mad fight through it with the Aegis up. Maybe they can try to reinitiate, but it's not looking great for them as mid one will be left behind. Roger, he's still trying. Raging, he'll charge in. Mid one, he's on the run, and he might just make it, but Savage, he'll keep getting to work. Back on a Roger, they'll get a dieback. In fact, they're not done yet. Relocate was there onto Raging Potato, but they haven't looked for mid one. And mid one does run into the triangle and kind of jukes them out. This will allow T1 to get that mid T1 tower as SMG They don't want to let this one go down. Mid one, he's going to come back in and maybe bait, but mid one, you are getting very low, sir. He does back off at the right moment. In fact, Raging, he does find the IO, but Moon again, just dropping so darn low to the Laguna. Can they burst him down? Not quite yet, but Cuckoo, he'll go back in after Raging Potato, or will he? Crippling Fear is there. They want the DP down. Mid one, he'll reinitiate. Just lose some beams from a mile away. Just trying to stay alive and just get some damage down. But now they've got the Nightmare. Mid one, he's gone too far. He might be punished for this, and it looks like he will, but Carl, he will be so as well, as he does end up dropping to SMG. You start to get very, very scary if you are SMG, as it just gives you so much more teamfight and lockdown. Zafu, oh, he's going to go for a TP, but Whitemon's right onto it. He knows exactly where Arfu's gone. They'll just slowly wait it out and take the kill for Cuckoo. Going to be cancelled off. Keep in mind though, Raging, he does have the Ags up, and that's going to make life a little bit more challenging for T1. That Ags, it can be really game-changing in these fights. As Cuckoo, he pops the ulti immediately, and they go on to Zephyr. The IO's gone straight off the bat. Nice start here for SMG. T1, do you want to keep this fight up? I mean, they've already committed the Dark Ascension, and it is just kind of expiring slowly but surely. And the SMG, they know this. They want to reinitiate. Back on the Savage, but he'll turn around and just go for the man fight. It's now Carl. He does get silenced up. A big charge out, but it was onto an illusion. Savage is still fine, but they've got Arfu down. Now to turn back in onto the breaker. In fact, never mind him. You want Roger first, you'll get him. They're just holding that high ground on that Radiant Triangle. But buybacks are going to be there, and the charge is immediate back in onto Whitemon. He'll try to Glimmer Cape. It shouldn't be quite enough. It's Whitemon. He'll try to go for a run, but they've got to find a way to try and save Savage now. But he has been left behind. And Savage will drop, and John, would you believe it? The rest of the team, they're across the map right now. Uh-oh, mid one and Roger, they've got to run, but nobody's going to be coming in to help out. They do at least have Raging charging in, but it may be too late for at least the first life. It will go down, TP's in, they're trying to make their way over. Mid one, he'll pop the Eclipse, but it might be all too late as the Light Strike Ray is going to come in, and they've lost their Luna. Oh, the humanity. SMG, they try to smoke across the map at the wrong time. And T1, they read them like a book.
There's a lot of spam from T1. They've got a lot of silences, they've got a lot of controls in T1. They don't have long to wait. They just smoke up. Their cooldowns are so low, they can just keep going.
They will. Smoke is there. Carl, he'll Silver Edge, and now the Dark Ascension out. Arthur, he'll be spotted first. Dust is out onto the Waver. Roger, he'll get caught as well. No borrow time available. He'll drop straight off the bat. Raging, he'll try to turn back in onto Cuckoo, and they will get the Night Stalker. It's not a bad trade for SMG thus far. T1 second guessing as to whether they can keep going, but Carl again gonna find the Weaver, but Arfu, he's gonna be alright with the time lapse out, and now the Eclipse in from mid one. They'll try, in fact, the Eclipse was still off cooldown. They will throw it out now onto Savage, but he's fine. In fact, Moon, he'll be the one to drop, and Raging, he's been caught by the Stone Gaze, but he'll try to run as Carl, he takes down Arfu on that Weaver eventually, and mid one, he's been left behind. And with the Eye of Skadi Slow from Savage, mid one is not going to be able to run fast enough to get away. Tips are out again. Cuckoo, he won't mind dying if it means mid one dying to boot.
Commits.
Carl, he's going to be the target here on that lean on mid one. He'll come in, but you've got no Eclipse, and the Petrify immediately out as mid one just melts. Yeah, I mean, I kind of agree with Carl there, John. It was not too bright. T just completely disappears, and well, Savage, he's onto the tier 4 towers now. Jin, that's not going to be quite enough though, as Carl just with the damage output onto Roger, forcing him back to the fountain already. Another charge out onto Zephyr. They'll try and take down that IO immediately with the Ghost Scepter. No, it's not going to be enough, but it won't matter. Arfu's gone. He'll commit a buyback here on Zephyr as Moon. He just keeps rushing forward, but there's no damage output as they've called the GG. And T1 taking 2 games, 30 minutes each. And I'll tell you, John, I mean, SMG, they show some signs of brilliance, but